Okay, I'm now going to talk a little bit more about the play age, and in particular a few little aspects. The first is self-talk. Kids early in the play age will do a lot of self-talk. You talk to people who look after preschool children and they'll often say, especially when they're concentrating on something, the external narrative, the yak, yak, yak will be going on. And as we get older, we learn to internalise that dialogue inside our heads. But when we're all stressed, even as adults, that external talk or self-talk may come out again. So when an adult loses their keys, for example, where are my keys? Even if no one else is around. So we're all capable of it. Another thing that they will be doing is they'll be learning how to play more with toys. Now, when you first start with toys, you'll need a fair bit of support to understand what this particular toy means. So a toy baby will look quite realistic and a toy truck will look quite realistic. But as you get older, you need less structure, you need less support for that pretending to happen. So, and you see this on quality programming on television, like Play School and Sesame Street, where they're using just everyday objects to pretend things. So leaves and cotton wool and cardboard boxes can be made into all sorts of objects. The cardboard box can become the car, and I can pretend to be a dinosaur by wrapping something around me. So the more pretend it goes on, and eventually you don't need even any props. You can just pretend to be in space. You can pretend to be the cowboy without any props at all. And even with time beyond the pretend age, the sort of toys you will need will be more to do with team sort of activities, like team sports, like games use strategy, board games, which unfortunately, of course, we're seeing less and less of as screens are taking over. So, of course, it can all go a bit pear-shaped sometimes in terms of the way we're trying to get on with other kids in this age group. So what do we do then? Generally, the best thing to do is to try and expose them to as many situations where these skills are being challenged. So if they're trying to overcome a breakdown in communication with another child, you're trying to step away and say, let's just let them have a bit of space and see how they go themselves. And if it doesn't work out so good, maybe talk about it afterwards, rather than jumping in there and giving them the solution straight off.